This is the definition of NBA playoff basketball. The Nuggets storm back in the fourth quarter, defeat the Oklahoma City Thunder on the road, taking a 1-0 series lead. And man, there's a lot to talk about in this game, but you have to start at the end. This game felt very similar to the Celtics game prior to this because it felt like the Thunder had the control for most of this game, but the Nuggets were just not fully out of it. They didn't let the lead go super big. Yes, they had to make some ground up, especially in that fourth quarter. I think they were down 11 points in like the final 4 minutes, but they were just there, just enough for striking distance. And that's exactly what the Nuggets did. Nikola Jokic hits a three with just over a minute left to cut it down to one. They force a Thunder miss. The Nuggets had a chance to take the lead, but they missed a bucket, and the Thunder had the ball. And this is where the game gets crazy because, of course, now it's the foul game. You foul Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He hits the 2 free throws. And then the Thunder started using the foul up 3 strategy. And I know LeBron said, I'm going to take that strategy every time. It's like 90% of the time it works. I know JJ Redick is a huge fan of the strategy. And the Thunder tried to implement this in the final 50 seconds. But you know, not every plan is foolproof, and it bit him in the butt in this one. I'm in the boat saying that, you know what, that is a good plan, especially when you're trying to play the odds. But I just thought the Thunder played it very badly because whenever they fouled, went up 3, I felt like they did it way too early. When Caruso fouled Jokic and Jokic hit the 2 free throws, he fouled on the catch. He didn't even let any 2 or 3 seconds off the clock. But that was the route they decided to go. Jokic hits the 2 free throws, but they got thrown a lifeline. Because the Thunder called a timeout, the Nuggets know that they have to play the foul game. They removed Nikola Jokic because he has 5 fouls. And they completely lose Shai Gilgeous-Alexander on the inbound, and he gets an easy layup. An absolute blunder from the Nuggets. And I didn't notice this until I listened to the Kenny Beecham reaction to this game. But because they didn't foul him, that means that Nikola Jokic wasn't on the court. They couldn't put him in the game because they didn't have that chance in between the 2 free throws to put him back. And he's right. This is where the Thunder should have abandoned that strategy. You have no one that you trust trying to get a 3-point shot at the end of this game. So this is where you play straight up and you don't foul. But not only did they foul Aaron Gordon, they fouled him and it only took off 0.5 seconds on the clock. Again, they didn't even let the clock drip. And that was their downfall because Aaron Gordon hits 2 free throws. Of course, Nikola Jokic gets back in the game. And then chaos ensues because at this point in my head, I'm like, okay, they know that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is one of the best free throw shooters in the league. They're going to prevent basketball. They're going to just make sure, you know what, anyone but Shai can get this ball, and we're just going to live with those chances. And this is where the pressure kicks in because as much as this up 3 thing works for 90% of the time, the percentages are going to come into play. Chet Holmgren gets the ball. He's a 75% free throw shooter. In my head, I'm like, you know what? He's going to miss one. And not only did he miss one, he missed both. And that's when chaos ensues. They get the rebound. Russell Westbrook goes all the way down the court, kicks out to Aaron Gordon, makes a perfect play. And Aaron Gordon, for the second time this playoffs, it's a game winner. This time a game-winning 3, no questions asked. Of course, the Thunder get a half-court heave, but at the end of the day, they absolutely choked this, and now they're down 0-1. And like I said, I'm not against the strategy, and I think the strategy does work, but the Thunder just played it so badly. Again, in that Nikola Jokic thing, I felt like that was a brain fart on the fault of Mark Daniel over there. But yeah, insane game. I had to do a longer recap for this because it was so good. The Nuggets come out with the win. Nikola Jokic looked like the freaking best player in the world. 42-22, and I think 8 assists. I don't care what people say. Russell Westbrook played incredible in his role. The only thing I had to critique on him is the fact that this man tried to throw it into traffic 2 times to Aaron Gordon. It didn't work out. But speaking of Aaron Gordon, he's been the second best player in these playoffs. He's playing hard on the defensive end. He's becoming a 40% three-point shooter. The fact that he is doing this, and Jamal Murray, who had a solid game, but he just didn't really do anything in between the second and third quarter. Aaron Gordon has been that guy all playoffs long, and I'm glad that he was able to show it in this one as well. And this is heartbreaking for the Thunder because you had a great Shai Gilgeous-Alexander game. You had Alex Caruso go for 20 points, and you had control for most of this game. You just blundered there at the end. But from the looks of things, it looks like the Nuggets don't have an answer for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And even though the Thunder have 2 bigs, it felt like they don't have an answer for Nikola Jokic. I mean, Nikola Jokic got so many free throws, and he got Chet and Hartenstein to foul trouble. I think they had 5 fouls each by the end of this game. Absolutely insane game. They just had so much shots on this. That's why it just had to be a little longer. But the Nuggets pulled a win on the road. And at the end of the day, I guess it's the same thing with the New York Knicks when they said they about the Celtics-Knicks series. If you get into a close game with these guys, they got some ballers over there. And now that you have Aaron Gordon added to the mix, you know what Jamal Murray can do, Nikola Jokic. They're a dangerous team in the clutch. This is what we look for in the NBA playoffs, man. NBA playoff basketball is amazing. Can't wait for this next game in a couple days. Let's go!